locked in a room with no reason why. 7 long years just watching time fly. No trial, no jury, no justice in sight. Just cold white walls and a flickering light. She cries to the wind, but nobody hears. Drowned out by labels and silenced by fear. But her voice still rings through the silence and pain. This kind of madness we can't let remain. Free Abby Taylor, open the door. No chains, no cages, not anymore. Let her feel sunlight, let her soul soar. She's not your prisoner, not your ward. Free Abby Taylor. 10 minutes a day, just a taste of the sky, while the rest of her hours crawl painfully by. Overfed to break her, called names to erase her, but Abby's still standing, don't underestimate her. This isn't care, it's a sanctioned mistake. This isn't healing, it's just hearts that they break. The world must rise, the silence must shatter, 'cause justice delayed is a life they would rather. Free Abby Taylor, break down the wall. She's not a danger, she's done nothing at all. Let her see sunrise, hear morning's call. We're done with the silence, done with the stall. Free Abby Taylor, break down the wall. She's not a danger, she's done nothing at all. Let her see sunrise, hear morning's call. We're done with the silence, done with the stall. Free Abby Taylor. The world's watching now. We won't stay quiet, we won't allow. One more day in the dark, one more scar on her brow. You've stolen her time, we're taking it back now. Free Abby Taylor. Yeah, free Abby Taylor. Free Abby Taylor.
What are you two up to in public?
Oh my God! Happy birthday, Lewis! Have a good one!
Yeah, funny.
Yeah, I'm going to bed. Sometimes, and you know, it happens once a day, to be fair. It happens at least once a day. And I just come to that conclusion. I just say to myself, I'm going to bed. Because sometimes going to bed is the best decision one can make. It's just like you can't go wrong, you know what I mean? You can't go wrong when you go to bed. It's like when you go to bed, it's like the right decision. Well, that's how I see it anyway. I always see going to bed as the step in the right direction. And that's exactly what I'm going to do now. I'm going to go to bed. Because in bed, you can release your spirit. And sometimes there's nothing more enjoyable than releasing your spirit. And it's a lovely place to release one's spirit. So anyway, I hope everyone's had a good time. Be aware that Jesus Christ, Jesus of Nazareth, survived the crucifixion. Yeah. I've got a bit of a Bit of advice. A bit of advice to give out to you. First one is
no matter what lies they tell about you, no matter how loud their voices or how persistent their stories, the truth doesn't change. The truth is like a mountain. It stands, unshaken, while the winds of gossip and deceit howl around it. Let them talk. Let them twist. Let them try to paint you with their own fears and failures. Because deep down, you know who you are. And the people who matter, the ones with eyes to see and hearts to feel, will know it too. Truth doesn't need to shout. It doesn't need to rush. It just is. And in time, truth always wins. So keep walking tall. Keep moving forward. Let their lies fall away like dust from your shoulders. Because the truth is yours. And it is solid, unbreakable, eternal.
yeah. So Matty Boo Boo says, "What the fuck is this?" Listen, I'm just going to bed, and I often wonder what the fuck Matt Taylor TV is. But a little bit of advice.
Lies may be loud. They may spread fast. But they are always built on shaky ground. The truth, on the other hand, doesn't need to shout. It doesn't need to twist or hide. It simply is, steady, unchanging, and powerful. Lies are designed to manipulate, to control, to deceive, but they always unravel. They need constant effort to maintain, new lies to cover old ones. That's exhausting. Truth doesn't need maintenance. It stands tall, even when ignored. You see, the truth has time on its side. It waits patiently while lies burn themselves out. And when the dust settles, the truth is still there, stronger, clearer, undeniable. So if you're facing lies, hold firm. Keep walking in truth. Because in the end, light always drives out darkness, and truth always outlives the lie. Stay strong. The truth is your shield.
So, of course, the one question for Matty Boo Boo is, did Matty Boo Boo's girl of his dreams come through over the Easter weekend? So let's just ask it as it is. Matty Boo Boo, tell us, did your girl of the dreams come through over the Easter weekend? Did you, Matty Boo Boo, meet up with a girl of your dreams over the Easter weekend? It's a simple question. It's a simple question, Matty Boo Boo. Did all your dreams come true, Matty Boo Boo? Or was there another excuse following on from the water infection? To be fair, I've never heard that one before, water infection. It's for vagina infection. But hey, listen. Oh, we got Stu in the house. Let's see what Stu has to say. Who was the guy who assaulted and held up? Be charged. If not, why not? I don't know, Stu. And listen, coming on here fucking accusing me of deleting comments. I'll tell you what you can do, Stu. You can wind your freaking neck in, Stu. That's what you can do, Stu. You can wind your neck in, Stu. I don't know who the fucking hell you think you are, leaving fucking messages on my YouTube, making out I'm deleting comments. But it ain't gonna get you far on my wedding list, let me tell you that. I won't be inviting you. That's for sure. So, Stu asks, was the guy who assaulted and held Abby captive charged? And if not, why not? Stu, I'll tell you truthfully, I don't know. Stu. But what I do want to find out is whether Matty Boo Boo's girl of his dreams came through over the Easter weekend. You know what I mean? I ain't got time to hang around waiting for answers. I'm going to bed. Because sometimes in life, the best thing to do is just go to bed. But before I do so, I just want to publicise a Lent warning.
Lent warning, beware the loudest voices. As we journey through Lent, a sacred time of reflection, humility, and sacrifice, be especially wary of those who shout the loudest about their righteousness. The ones who boast that they believe the most, care the most, and love God more than anyone else. Because in these days of deceit, fake news, and manipulation, the truth is often inverted. Those who claim to be the holiest among us are too often wolves in sheep's clothing, agents of darkness wearing the mask of light. Satan doesn't always arrive with horns and fire. He often comes with a smile, a Bible in hand, and a sermon on his lips. Look past the noise. Trust actions over words. And remember, true faith whispers, it doesn't need to scream. Stay vigilant. Stay discerning. And above all, stay true.
Damn right, man. Free Abby. Free Abby. Abby, anyone should be allowed to do drugs and drink and rock and roll whenever they want. Right? I think Abby should be allowed to do as much drugs and drinks and alcohol as much as she wants without being penalised. And it seems to be that's the issue at the moment. Abby is being penalised for doing drink and drugs and rock and roll. I will be doing more on this because I think it's time. After 7 years, I think it's time. Abby is released. And I will be relying on you, the audience, the Matt Taylor TV audience, to get behind it. To get behind it. I don't know if he got charged. Let me hazard a guess. Let me hazard a guess for you, Stu, but I just like to point out I don't appreciate being accused of deleting comments. As long as you know that. If I was to hazard a guess, I'd say no, he wasn't charged. He wasn't charged. No doubt at the start he was seen as the victim, maybe. Whoever was the victim, either way. I don't like your tone, Stu. I don't like your tone implying I delete messages. Now, for transparency purposes, there are certain words that are banned, and that could be the reason why certain words don't get through. But quite frankly, I'm ready for bed. It's approximately coming up to 10 to 9. I've had a lovely weekend. I hope you've had a lovely weekend too. One thing we're not finding out from Matty Boo is whether there was another excuse from his dream of a girlfriend. By the notable lack of an answer from Matty Boo Boo, I can only surmise that the girl of Matty Boo Boo's dream has, for want of a better word, blown him out again. No blowing involved, you know what I mean? There was no Easter BJ for Matty Boo Boo. Let's just say that, shall we? Hey, listen. I've heard all about vagina infections. You know, it happens. It happens. But a water infection, well, that's an excuse. That's a nice excuse. But the fact that we haven't heard from Matty Boo Boo that he had a date with his dream come true of a girlfriend, it tells me that he's been blown out again. What can he do? What can he do? You just got to respect the decision. You know, got to respect the decision. And remember, regardless of your gender, everyone's allowed to change their mind. Okay? Everyone's allowed to change their mind. It's a freedom of choice. So anyway, no answer from Matty Boo Boo. Can only assume the worst. Another excuse, he's been blown out. Big hello to Stu. Big hello to, it's only YouTube. Over to Stu. Over to Stu, says not charged for assault and in prison, but the victim gets 7 years sectioning. What are you not telling folk? I don't know what I'm not telling folk. What am I not telling folk? Let's find out. If ever there's a reason to subscribe to MattTaylorTV and to listen to the bullshit that I churn out on a regular basis, it is waiting to find out what I'm not telling folk. Because you'll only find out on MattTaylorTV what I'm not telling you. You won't find out what I'm not telling you anywhere else, if you know what I mean. So, if there's only a reason to subscribe, that's the reason. What am I not telling folk about Abby? What am I not telling? What am I keeping back? Answers on a postcode to Hoax Police. It's only YouTube. Says, Stu, surely you can find out for us. Yeah, quite right. Because apparently it's easy to find out what's going on in the world. Because everyone's got plants everywhere, haven't they? Not just on their windowsill, but they've got plants all over the place. Funny enough, talking about plants, I'm growing a lotus. So I've got a lotus on the go. Very nice. Listen, I'd love to hang around. But I'm going to bed. So I'll say good night. Good night. I'll catch you again some other time. But in the meantime, just remember who you're fucking talking to. Yeah? Good. Okay, here we go. Goodbye.
I saw a cold, dark, black emptiness. It was unlike any blackness you can see or feel on Earth. It was deep, enveloping, all-encompassing. I turned back toward the light of home. I could see the curvature of Earth, the beige of the desert, the white of the clouds, and the blue of the sky. It was life, nurturing, sustaining life, Mother Earth, Gaia. And I was leaving her. Everything I had thought was wrong. Everything I had expected to see was wrong. I had thought that going into space would be the ultimate catharsis of that connection. I had been looking for between all living things, that being up there would be the next beautiful step to understanding the harmony of the universe. It was among the strongest feelings of grief I have ever encountered. The contrast between the vicious coldness of space and the warm nurturing of Earth below filled me with overwhelming sadness. Every day, we are confronted with the knowledge of further destruction of Earth at our hands, the extinction of animal species, of flora and fauna, things that took 5 billion years to evolve, and suddenly we will never see them again because of the interference of mankind. It filled me with dread. My trip to space was supposed to be a celebration. Instead, it felt like a funeral.